Hello again everyone, and welcome back to Otherworldly Encounters, where you can submit your NDE, OBE, spiritual or paranormal story to my email address noted here, and in the description section of this channel as well. No need to use your real name, you can submit anonymously and I will do my best to create a video with your story. Today's near-death experience comes to us from David Lynch, who died in a car crash, left his body, along with his friend, who was a passenger in the car, and was escorted by a voice, who asked him to confirm the identity of his family members. On Sunday, June 19th of 1977, at 1:20 in the morning, as I lay unconscious, in the back seat of a police car, with my nose nearly torn from my face, and bleeding from my right ear, I was being charged with 7 crimes, including leaving the roadway, reckless driving, fleeing or attempting to elude the police, a DUI, and homicide by vehicle. Heading down the straightaway, looking in my mirror, the police officer went straight through the stop sign where I had taken a left. Hitting third gear down the straightaway, my car was doing about 80 miles per hour. My friend could not find the place to buckle his seat belt, so I looked down to grab the connector, so he could buckle up. When I looked back up at the road, there was gravel in the middle of the road. The car hit the gravel at 80 miles per hour, and the car slid quickly to the left. We were now facing the trees. Trying to counter the steer, I looked ahead and saw a driveway. Trying my best to lock the car up so that we could pull into the driveway, and thinking that we did, I said, "We made it." Looking around, all that I could see was dark. Pitch black. I asked my friend, "Where are you?" There was no response. Suddenly, I am walking down the middle of the road, towards an old lady. I was saying, "I am a mess. I am a mess. I am a mess." As I walked closer towards her, I reached up to feel my face. It was tingling and warm. My finger went up inside my sinus. At that moment, I started to walk away from myself. My vision was clear. My person, my body, was moving away from me. I reached out and tried to grab myself. My hand swept through me, as if there was nothing there. I was about 3 feet behind myself, when I watched my body falling to the street. For an instant, my vision was back, from the perspective of my body. I saw the pavement in my face. Back to the darkness, the pitch of pure black. Then, as if looking down through the branches of a tree, there was an image, fuzzy and dark. I thought, "What is that?" My friend answered, "I do not know what that is." Focusing all my concentration, the images were distorted, like the sunlight that shines on the bottom of a swimming pool. The dim fuzzy dark image was illuminated, clear for only an instant, by the brighter lines, moving across the field of view. I said to my friend, "That is my brother's car." I could see a police car to the left, a group of people behind the police car on the left, an ambulance to the right, with a police car to the right of the ambulance. My friend said, "That is us." At that moment, we both said, "We are dead." As if in the snap of the fingers, the image was gone. Suddenly there was total darkness, with a hint of fear. Then a voice up in front, and to my right, said, "Fear not. Do not be afraid." My uneasy feeling went away, as I asked, "Who are you?" The voice answered, "Just call me Father." In the center of my being, I heard, "Christ," and then before me, there were images. Fuzzy and dark, like the scene of the car below my friend and me, but these images were all around me. 360 degrees of vision, in a circle that curved up and away like a bowl. I watched, as a section of the image became brighter and clear. I could see myself at the age of 2. Like a corridor of images stacked one in front of the other, running away and up. As the bright area, like a flashlight, was moving from the center in front of me, to the left, I watched as the corridors of images showed my life at 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on, till the bright area got to the 3 o'clock position to my right. Then suddenly, I was standing in my mother's bedroom. The dog woke up, and I said, "Hampton, it is okay." Then the voice, up, in back, and to my right, asked, "Is this not your mother?" I said, "Yes." Then my vision was turned to the right, where I would see through my younger brother's door. The voice asked, "Is this not your brother?" I said, "Yes." Then, in the blink of an eye, I was 12 miles away, hovering outside my older brother's apartment. Looking down through the concrete floor of the second story and looking through the steel security door of his apartment, I could see my brother reaching out to open the apartment door. Beside him was a shadowy figure. The voice behind me, and to the right, said, "Is this not your other brother?" Thinking that I could talk to the dog, and that my brother is awake, I started to say, "Charles, get me out of this. Charles, get me out of this." The voice again said, in a monotone voice, "Is this not your other brother?" Again, I said, "Charles, get me out of this." Then the voice said, in a fainter voice, "Is this not your other brother?" I said, "Yes." Then again, in the blink of an eye, I was taken 15 miles away, to my father's apartment. I was hovering in the parking lot, looking through his apartment door, looking at him, sitting on the couch, reading the newspaper. I was looking through the newspaper, at this face, when I wondered where his wife was. I was told that she is in the bedroom. Then I was asked, "Is this not your father?" I said, "Yes." In an instant, I was back in the darkness, where I saw the 360-degree vision. The last 1/4 was quickly scanned. Then I had a sense of front and back. As if 8 to 10 people were all talking at once, there were voices in a murmur behind me. The voice up and to the right told me something, then to look around behind me, and to my right. I saw an image of myself in a white robe. As if I were hanging on a hook, like you would hang a coat. My head bowed down, with my right hand holding my left wrist, at arm's length, resting on my belly. As I turned forward, I could sense that the voice was gone. For when I saw a bluish-white sesame seed in front of me, I wondered what that is. Up till that point, every time I wondered about anything, the voice told me the answer. Yet this time, as I looked at the blue sesame seed, there was no voice. I watched as the seed approached me, or I approached the seed. There was a low-pitch rumble, it was down the frequency range. Then as the seed got closer, or I got closer to the seed, the low pitch started to rise up in tone. When the seed and I came together, light began to fill my eyes, as if it was being poured into my head from a pitcher. The low-pitch sound had become a high-pitch ringing, as the light started to become clear. A sound, like that of a sword pulling from its sheath, chilled my body, as I became aware that there were people around me. A man kept asking me, "Why did you do it?" I would respond, "What did I do?" Then my father angrily said, "Answer the officer." I responded, "What did I do?" My father said, "You know what you did." Then I looked down at my feet, and saw that they were handcuffed. Looking at my feet, I saw my brother Charles. I said, "Charles, Charles, what did I do?" Charles came to my right side and said, "You wrecked my car. Klein is dead." At that moment, from the crown of my head, a burning pins and needles feeling, like when your arm falls asleep, started to descend over the entire length of my body. I lay on the stretcher, hands and feet cuffed, as my body tingled, with the most excruciating pain that I have ever felt, causing me to pass out. I woke up shortly, in jail. The next time I woke up for good, and a doctor at West Paces Ferry Hospital was putting packs in my broken nose. The doctor told me that they were going to keep me for observation. After he left, I stood up and walked around the corner to get my clothes. I pushed open the doors of the emergency room, where my mother got her first look at me. The nurse was walking behind me, telling me that I could not leave. As my mom asked me, "Where are you going?" I said, "I am going home." She said, "You need to stay here." I said, "No. I need to go home to make sure that I am not dead." My mother froze in her tracks as I walked out of the hospital. Many weeks passed. My memories clearly confused me with the reality of my death experience. Trying to get back into life, I went to a party. As I stood in the middle of the room, Leslie Harris saw me and ran over to give me a hug. She said, "You do not know how good it is to see you." I said, "No, you do not know how good it is to see you." She said, "I was out with your brother the night of your car wreck." We were getting ready to leave his apartment when he turned to me and said, "Something has happened." I began to cry in the middle of the room as Leslie gave me a hug, asking me what was wrong. I said, "It was not a dream." She asked, "What was not a dream?" I said, "I was there. I tried talking to Charles. I died. It was not a dream." At that moment, I became convinced that I truly died. What did you think of David's story? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed his story, please give it a like and subscribe, which is free and will help this channel grow, and hit the bell icon so you can receive a notification when I release a new video. If you choose to share a story with this channel, please email it to the address that appears at the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you come back and visit again soon.